What's in season? What's in season? What's in season? I hear you ask. Winter vegetables, everybody. Welcome to What's in Season, I hear you ask. And today I am going to make a toad in the hole, roasted winter vegetable toad in the hole. I'm not a big toad in the hole lover generally, actually, but I've been scouring around the internet to see what I could use quite a few winter vegetables for, and this recipe came up and I've adapted it a little bit. So it's very, very nice, I must say. This is a fabulous recipe for like a vegetarian main course, or you can have it for lunch, or even if you just have it as a side dish. And it works very, very well with an onion gravy. So I'm going to start and show you the ingredients for the vegetable ingredients really, and then I'll show you the ingredients for the batter and we'll get going. So the main ingredient is celeriac, and what I've done is this was a massive celeriac that we got from our farm shop that we go to, and so if it's not so big you can use a full one, but I had already some left in the fridge and I've got a little bit more here. And what I've done is I've peeled it and then I've kind of cut it into wedges that are about 1 centimetre thick and not very long. Okay, so that's the celeriac. Then I've got shallots. Now I'm going to grow shallots this year in the garden, and I am growing shallots this year in the garden. If you've seen any of my other videos and follow me in my vlog, then you will see that I've got some very nice ones. I've got 2 varieties. They are these what they're called banana shallots or eschalots. And again, these came in the box and they are massive. So if they weren't as big, or if you're using the round ones, then I would use about 6 or 7 shallots. You peel them and then just halve them lengthways. So I only used 4 of these because they are so big. So that's the shallots. Then the other ingredient that I'm putting in is mushrooms, and you can get portobello mushrooms, which is the field mushrooms, the big ones, or you can get the smaller version of them, which is called portobellini mushrooms. If you're using the smaller version of them, then you need about 250-300 grams of mushrooms, but have a look at the size of that. That's how they came. So all I did was I measured out about 300 grams and then I sliced them and put them. That's a big mushroom, yes. Very nice though, really lovely. Next thing, thyme sprigs here. Just went out to the garden. I've been cutting back a couple of old thymes in the garden. So that's the thyme sprigs there. We've also got some olive oil, but that goes without saying. I'll show you what we do with that in a minute. Kale. So this is the curly kale here. And I was lucky enough the other day when I was at the allotment, a fellow from the allotment said, "Would you like some kale?" And I said, "Yes, please." And he said, "Just help yourself." And they were like palm trees, these kale. They were absolutely massive. So that's his kale, which is fabulous because it's completely organic. And it's just, what I've done is I've taken it off the main stems, just ripped it off, and then I've just pulled it into pieces and I grabbed a big handful, and that's that. Then the other herb that I'm using is rosemary here, again from the garden. It got a little bit of frost on it, but it doesn't affect the taste, that's fine. And the other herb I'm using is sage, and this is the purple sage. You've seen it before in my video. And a little bit of salt. So that's the ingredients, and I will show you what we do with them. So the first thing we've got to do is we have to actually roast the vegetables. And I like them to be quite roasted and a little bit caramelized. So the oven is on. We have, again, a fan oven. I like using the fan, and it's just not quite up to what it should be, which is 180 Celsius. If you're not using a fan, 200 degrees Celsius, and that is gas mark 6. So let's put this all together. So like I said, I took all the outside off the celeriac, the skin, and they're in wedges. That goes in first. Then I'm going to throw in the shallots as well. They look really good. Mushrooms. They're in. I'm going to give this a little bit of a toss in a minute because I'm going to put the olive oil on it. In go the thyme sprigs. So I'm going to keep them quite big sprigs, and I love thyme. What a great winter herb, really. It's wonderful. I've got quite a lot here, so let's just throw it all in. Yeah, I will show you in a minute what this looks like close up. And one more. That's lovely. Great. Let's put in a little bit of olive oil. This is about, I would say I'm going to put in about 2 tablespoons, I would think, of olive oil. Let's just see what happens with 2 tablespoons. Salt and pepper. Just a little bit of salt on top. And I'm going to give this a toss. And pepper. Okay. Now, I do most things with my hands because I like to feel. So let's just toss this around. And I'm also, by doing this, I can feel whether I want any more olive oil. I don't want too much because I don't want it then to be really oily in the batter. So let's just see. This looks good, actually. I'm going to leave it at that. So that was about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I'm going to leave it at that. Let me just get something for my hands. Yeah, it looks great. Here it is. I'll just move around so you can see. You can just see a little bit of glistening of olive oil on that. Very nice. Okay, that's going to go into the oven for about 25 minutes. Okay, so this is 25 minutes, and here is what we've got. After about 12-13 minutes, I did actually take it out and turn and toss the vegetables a little bit. So I've just taken it out of the oven so I can show you what it looks like. I'm going to put it back in while I heat this. And this was the, if you've noticed, this was the original dish it was in, and I just transferred it into the tin so I could use this as my dish to put the batter in. So this is going to go in the oven for 5 minutes just to heat up nicely, and I'm going to pop that back into, and then we're going to make the batter. All right, let's make the batter. So what have we got? Plain flour, 225 grams into a sieve. I've also got a very large pinch of baking powder. Okay, let's sieve that into this bowl. That's done. All right. To that, I'm going to crack in 4 large eggs. 2, 3, I'm cracking them all over the place, aren't I? We'll do it here again. There we are. 4 eggs. They can go in. And 300 ml of whole milk. It's quite cold, this. That goes in. All right, I forgot to get my whisk out. So let's get my whisk out. Balloon whisk. And let's give it a whisk. All right, so what you want to do is I'll come over and show the camera what I am doing, because I don't have Mr. N here with me today. So the consistency is, well, hopefully without any lumps, and you'll see that it kind of bubbles up on the surface as well. Okay, I've got a bit of lumps in here. I'm going to work them out. And sometimes what happens with this is, with batters, is if you just let them stand for a couple of minutes, the lumps actually pop. So let me work this out and I'll be back. Okay, so here's your batter. As you can see, quite a few bubbles on top. I will show you. Bubbles. Right, now comes the interesting part. I've got this amazing mustard, and it's called wasabi mustard. It's from the Wasabi company here in the UK, and it is quite amazing. What you could also use is horseradish, but I hadn't got any made because we grow our own horseradish and I cream it myself. So I thought, oh dear, what am I going to do? Rather than going outside in the wet, let's do this. So we've got, if you were doing creamed horseradish, I'd put in about 3 tablespoons. Now this stuff has got a kick, so I'm going to mix in about 2.5 tablespoons, and then I'm going to taste it. I know it seems odd that I'm tasting raw egg, but it's just taste to see how much kick it's got. And then I also had a couple of sprigs left of thyme, so I took off the thyme leaves, put that in there, and I'm going to put in some salt and pepper, and then I am going to taste it. So let's put in some salt and some pepper, and let's have a taste. So let's have a taste. Whenever I taste something, I don't normally, so I get the spoon, I dip it in, and then I let it drip, and then I taste. Oh yeah, oh yeah, haha, that's got a good kick. A little bit more salt. Now, you could also put in Dijon mustard or whole grain mustard if you want to. Oh, that's nice. Great, that goes there. Let's get on to the next stage. Okay, I'm going to get the stuff out of the oven. Veg first. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these thyme leaves. I'll come and bring it over here. I'll take the thyme stalks out. All of them. Get rid of the thyme on there into the dish a little bit. Very nice. Okay, set this aside. Get the other thing out. All right, there's my olive oil in my pan. First thing I do is I pop the kale in on the bottom. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, everybody. That goes in. Next, I'm moving quick here, folks. The batter. Let's go, let's go, let's go. That was a nice sound. I like that. Okay, that's that. In the sink we go. Then goes the veg on top. And I'm just going to kind of pop it, sprinkle it on top really. Look how beautiful that looks with the green. Keep going, folks. That's just beautiful. Keep going. I've got a bit left. Okay, that looks just beautiful. Let's just pop that there. Okay. There we are. There we are. Let's have a look at that before it goes in the oven. There you go. That's what it is. And I'm going to quickly put it in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. All right. It's been in here 25 minutes and let's get it out. Ooh, looky here, everybody. Doesn't that look good? That is beautiful. Let's just check it. There we are, looky here, how nice that is. I mean, it probably could be a little bit more springier if you're a Yorkshire pudding aficionado, but it's going to be absolutely beautiful. In here, I have you probably, whoops, my cameraman's back. And he just sat on my mix master. So, the herbs that I had, the sage, the rosemary, and still the rest of the thyme now goes over the top. Oh, what am I doing with my fingers? Let's just sprinkle like that. And then I have a very, very nice onion gravy on the go. I shall show you what that is looking like here. Come on, let's have a look here. Looky, looky. Red onion gravy. And I'm just letting that boil for a bit. And to top it all off, I am drinking Susie B Living Bin 201, my own Sauvignon Blanc. Cheers, everybody. So thank you for joining me again on What's in Season, I Hear You Ask. If you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. Thank you very much. And even better, subscribe, because you'll get all of my What's in Season, I Hear You Ask recipes. And if you want to have a look at any more, go to the website, because I don't always video my What's in Season, I Hear You Ask recipes. I take photos as well and I put them on the website. But all of my winter recipes are on the website so far. See you later. What's in season? What's